You think the electric vehicle revolution is unstoppable. You've been told the future is clean, efficient, and inevitable, but the industry has been hiding a dirty secret. Every high-performance EV on the road today is shackled to a handful of expensive, hard-to-find materials that keep prices high and supply chains vulnerable. That was the reality until Tesla decided to break the rules. Elon Musk didn't just update a component, he announced a motor that completely eliminates rare earth metals. No neodymium, no dysprosium, no dependence on a single global superpower for raw materials. If you want to stay ahead of the curve on how this reshapes the global economy, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. We're diving deep into the tech the industry didn't think was possible. For decades, the engineering world accepted a single truth. If you want a small, powerful motor, you need permanent magnets made from rare earth elements. These aren't your everyday metals like iron or copper. They are grueling to extract, devastating to refine, and the market for them is a chokehold. One country, China, controls the vast majority of the supply. This created a massive bottleneck. While governments pushed for affordable EVs, the very heart of a car was becoming more expensive by the day. To the average buyer, an EV remained a luxury or a secondary option, never a primary necessity. Then came the shockwave. Tesla revealed they'd cracked the code, a high-performance, high-efficiency motor with zero rare earth content. The industry's reaction? Pure disbelief. Engineers called it impossible. Investors went on high alert. This wasn't just a minor tweak, it was a fundamental shift in physics and manufacturing. While competitors like BYD are scrambling to deconstruct the implications, the question isn't just about the environment, it's about total market dominance. To understand why this is a nightmare for other automakers, you have to understand the heart of the machine. Standard EV motors rely on the brutal force of permanent magnets to turn electricity into motion. These magnets are strong, but they're heavy, they hate heat, and they're incredibly pricey. Tesla stopped asking how to find better magnets and started asking if they needed them at all. Instead of relying on the raw material's inherent magnetism, Tesla's new design focuses on the intelligence of the system. They've redesigned the interaction between the coils and the magnetic fields. They aren't just using magnets, they are manipulating electricity with surgical timing to create force. It's a shift from hardware-heavy reliance to software-driven efficiency. This means less heat, less waste, and more range, all while slashing the cost of the most expensive part of the drivetrain. Tesla didn't just build a better motor, they built a way to make every other EV on the road look like an overpriced relic of the past. Think of the old way of building EV power like trying to drive a nail with a massive, heavy sledgehammer. Sure, it gets the job done, but it's clumsy, exhausting, and wastes an incredible amount of energy. Tesla just swapped that sledgehammer for a precision instrument. In a traditional motor, the magnets are always on, pushing with 100% of their force, whether you're crawling through traffic or flying down a highway. That's pure energy waste. Tesla's new architecture flips the script. The magnetic force is now variable. It scales in real time. When you're cruising slowly, the field sips power. When you floor it, the field intensifies instantly to meet the demand. This is the turning point for the entire industry. We aren't just looking at a cheaper car, we're looking at a smarter one. If you want to stay updated on how these shifts are forcing giants like Toyota and Volkswagen to rethink their entire lineups, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel right now. We're tracking the tech that moves the world. By shifting the burden from heavy rare earth metals to intelligent software control, Tesla has unlocked a less is more paradox. Removing those dense materials makes the motor significantly lighter. In the EV world, weight is the enemy of range. If the vehicle is lighter, the same battery takes you further. It's an efficiency boost that costs nothing in hardware. But the real advantage is thermal stability. Rare earth magnets have a fatal flaw. They hate heat, get them too hot, and they lose their strength, leading to a permanent drop in performance. Tesla's new tech virtually eliminates this risk. It means your car won't just be fast today, it will feel exactly the same 10 years and 200,000 miles from now.
This isn't just about winning a spec sheet battle, it's about long-term reliability that traditional permanent magnet motors simply can't match.
Performance is where this transition becomes a nightmare for the competition. Usually, when you push a motor for more power, you get more heat. That heat is literally your battery's energy being burned off as waste. Competitors have to install massive, heavy cooling systems just to keep their motors from melting. Tesla's design targets the root cause. By using electricity more precisely, they generate less heat from the start. The result? A power delivery that is unnervingly smooth. No sudden jolts, no intermittent surges, just a consistent, relentless pull. In older EV designs, you'd often feel the power fall off once you hit high speeds. This new technology maintains its torque curve much longer. Whether you're merging onto a highway or maintaining 80 miles per hour, the performance doesn't dip. And because the motor runs cooler, the cooling system can be smaller and lighter, creating a feedback loop of efficiency that makes every other drivetrain on the market look like a prototype from a previous era. This thermal efficiency doesn't just make the car faster, it makes it immortal. In the EV world, everyone obsessively tracks battery health, but they forget the motor is the one doing the heavy lifting. High heat is a slow killer. It degrades internal insulation and weakens components over time. Because this new motor runs inherently cooler, it doesn't get tired. You aren't just buying a car that's fast on day one, you're buying a machine that will deliver the same relentless torque 15 years later without a drop in performance. It exerts massive force without the self-destructive side effects of traditional designs. This is how you move from a fragile gadget to a reliable powerhouse. But here's the real threat to the rest of the industry: the democratization of speed. Until now, high-performance EVs were locked behind a massive price wall because high performance required massive amounts of expensive rare earth magnets. Tesla is proving that power is no longer a function of how much expensive metal you can cram into a casing. It's a function of intelligence. When you replace raw material costs with superior software and magnetic control, insane performance becomes a standard feature, not a luxury upgrade. For you, the driver, this translates to the final death of range anxiety. Most people think range is purely a battery problem. It's not. It's an efficiency problem. This motor doesn't just use electricity, it respects it. By slashing energy waste, Tesla is squeezing more miles out of the exact same battery pack. This isn't magic, it's physics. It's the difference between a car you have to carefully plan your life around and a car you just get in and go. That constant mental math of calculating percentages and hunting for chargers is about to become a relic of the past. This leads to the ultimate move in Musk's playbook, making the competition obsolete. While every other automaker is out there trying to find cheaper ways to buy rare earths, Tesla decided to make rare earths irrelevant. It's the same philosophy that built the supercharger network while others waited for governments to act. Don't just improve the system, break it and build something better. By removing the rare earth tax, Tesla is positioning itself to drop EV prices to a level where buying a petrol car isn't just outdated, it's financially irresponsible. This isn't just a breakthrough in physics, it's a declaration of war. For years, the global EV market had one undisputed kingmaker: China. They controlled the rare earth supply chain, which meant they controlled the hearts of every electric car on Earth. Whether you bought an American, European, or Japanese EV, its soul was tethered to Chinese minds. Giants like BYD built their empire on this integrated dominance, using their raw material advantage to crush competitors on price. They weren't just winning the race, they owned the track. But the moment Tesla proved a motor can thrive without these metals, that track vanished. This is the ultimate twist in the global power struggle. The very foundation of China's leverage just crumbled.
BYD is currently facing its greatest existential threat. Their cost advantage wasn't just about labor or scale, it was about proximity to the source. If the rest of the world no longer needs those minerals, BYD's moat becomes a puddle. We're witnessing a massive shift in the global balance of power. The US, Europe, and emerging markets are no longer looking at EVs as an environmental goal. They see them as a path to strategic independence. No more supply chain blackmail, no more political pressure through resource withholding. The ripples of this motor technology will be felt far beyond the showroom floor. When you remove the rare earth tax, you don't just get cheaper cars in New York or London, you unlock the markets of Africa, South Asia, and Latin America. This is the moment electric mobility stops being a first-world privilege and starts becoming a global standard. As these cheaper, more reliable motors flood the market, they won't just kill the internal combustion engine, they'll put the final crushing pressure on the global oil and fuel markets. The transition won't be a slow burn, it will be a landslide. We're moving toward a future where the competition isn't about who has the most metal, but who has the most brains. Tesla has signaled the end of the resource era and the beginning of the era of pure intelligence. The corporate landscape is about to split in two. For Tesla, this motor isn't just a component, it's a fortress. It secures their leadership by making their rivals' manufacturing processes look like expensive, outdated relics. For BYD and the old guard giants, the message is clear. Being the biggest or the cheapest is no longer enough. The world has shifted from a battle of scale to a battle of brilliance. This shift is triggering a massive wave of capital. Investors aren't just betting on cars anymore, they're betting on the tech that makes those cars possible. We're seeing a gold rush into EV startups, innovative suppliers, and grid tech companies that can keep up with this pace. The uncertainty that once haunted the EV market is evaporating. We are moving toward a reality where buying electric isn't a bold risk or an environmental statement, it's just the logical choice. But you have to ask, what is the true motive here? Is this a genuine push to save the planet, or a cold, calculated move for global dominance? The answer is both. By killing rare earth dependence, Tesla is slashing the environmental cost of mining, reducing land devastation and water pollution. It's a win for the Earth, but it also gives Musk a strategic advantage that is virtually impossible to replicate overnight. This is the hallmark of a master strategist, making a move that looks like philanthropy but functions like a guillotine for the competition. For other automakers, the alarm bells should be deafening. They've been comfortable making incremental tweaks to 100-year-old concepts, relying on the same fragile supply chains and the same stagnant mindsets. That era is over. If a customer can buy a car with more range, a lower price tag, and superior longevity, they won't care about brand loyalty. They'll care about the tech. Adapting isn't just about swapping a motor, it's about rebuilding their entire DNA, from software to supply chains. Fast forward 5 to 10 years, the question won't be, should I buy an EV? It will be, which one fits my life? Charging stations will be as ubiquitous as streetlights. Cars will be lighter, faster, and smarter. This technology will penetrate beyond the wealthy elite, reaching small towns and rural areas where reliability and cost are the only things that matter. The industry is evolving into a massive, interconnected web of energy, data, and software. The companies that thrive will be the ones that can manage the entire ecosystem. If you want to be the first to know which players are winning this race and which are being left in the dust, subscribe to the channel right now. We are your eyes on the front lines of the automotive revolution. The future isn't just coming, it's already being built.